All right. So we are here in our fifth hour, starting our fifth hour of the hype train. We're going to talk to Axcilla about his project for the next 45 minutes. I'm going to have a bounty block contest here in a few minutes, so just keep an eye in the comments for that. We'll have our map piece drop from Axcilla in 45 minutes as well. Make sure
I think
that.
I updated that right.
Yeah, let's make sure. Yep, you're good. You're good.
All
Fantastic.
right. So the first part is getting there's a lot of just kind of lower price drops and things this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of get people looking at the project and things like that. The main thing that we're working on is the merging the point of the digital and the physical assets. And basically, what that is that's taking an actual taking an actual painting or an actual piece of artwork and then selling kind of ownership or partnership in that. And so basically, it gives the artist, the original artist, the ability to expand the amount of owners on an original piece of their art. And so what they can do with this is, you can put a price, a realistic price that can be looked at based on certain things that have been sold in the past. And it's all original. It's not prints. It's not, it has to be original artwork, sculptures, things like that. And you put the price point on that. We take that in, and then we sell the NFTs that go along with that to sell a percentage or a share of ownership of it. And by doing that, basically, it's like the thing that I hear on all the time is I don't want to get involved with the NFTs because sometimes the NFTs can go to zero. Well, this is trying to be a little bit different in the fact that over time it will keep its value at bought. If any question, we'll always buy it back at where you bought it.
Hmm.
And if it's ever sold, then you would get whatever the increase would be on that. And so over time, the whole point is to try to increase the amount of pieces. All the pieces that are added will all be pieces that we hold in house, insured, things like that, and then be able to give people over time a chance to, an opportunity to get in on these different things. And so this will be our first one dropping in a couple of days. We're starting out a little bit lower. The main reason we started on wax was the no gas fees and the trading to be able to, one, you can look at the transactions. You can give people copies of the transactions where they had it. You might not know exactly who, but you'll know who bought it, and at any time you could always sell it or trade it. But then they'll get a copy of the ownership of the piece that they have. And so moving forward with this, we want to go ahead and start to add more artists that want to get their name out there, and then slowly in the longer term, kind of have almost like a not just an in real life gallery, but kind of a virtual gallery, a spatial gallery, so everything could be seen. And then even if you found it online, you could also be able to purchase it and have it sent. Or if you owned at some point too, if you own like a certain percentage, say you own 5% or 10% of the piece, and it was an in real life piece, but you wanted to show people some of what you had, we have the ability to print on paper or on canvas an actual print, and something like that for owning a certain percentage could be sent to you, showing your purchase of that piece or your ownership of the piece, and then that would allow you that would allow you to show, and then basically it's more advertising for the artist and the community, because normally they have to try as hard as they can to get their information out there, and this allows for more people to talk about what they own and to show what they own.
Okay. Interesting start there.
It's a
Yeah.
little, it's a little bit different. I know.
Bloody Zell says that's a pretty good concept by Likey. Opie Influencer, that's quite the guarantee. Yeah. What if someone owns all the NFTs for that art? Could they claim in real life?
No, if you own more than 51%, you could force a sale to either buy it yourself or get somebody or create or yeah, if you own 51%, you could force a sale, or you could decide to buy the rest. But you would have to buy. Could only force the sale. You would have to own 100% to get the piece sent to you. But if you could force the sale, then you could decide where you could get it. Getting the other people to sell their parts, a little more interesting.
Okay. So to answer that, if you do have them all, then yeah, you can. But you only need
If you
more
own
than 51%.
if you owned all of them, you could. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Tell us more. This is cool.
But that's more. Yeah. Once somebody would have, like, they could, and that's the whole point of kind of getting at least, and it's like you get the ownership. All you're going to do is have somewhere where you can, like, you whitelist the wax addresses that claim it. They get their proof of the ownership, and once you have a certain amount, yeah, they could go in and you post, like on our Discord, we have a little bit over 200 members now, and you go, well, I own 51%. I want to force the sale. I want to buy you out when it sells, or we're going to force the sale, and you get, say you own 1%, whatever it sells for, then that's what you get.
Okay.
Like that's one of the parts of it, is you've got to know that, but it's not going to ever be again. It's not going to be anything less than you originally paid for.
Yeah, right. That's the real advantage there. Risk free, right? You want to show some more arts and stuff? So we're looking at one.
This is going to be the first one. Like I said, we spent a little bit of money getting this thing made. There's going to be some sculptures. I'll go to the Discord server now.
Yeah.
Because one of the other things is I've written a number of like children's books and different things like that, and it's like we have different paintings, different sculptures like that. Right there is that's the printer that we have that can basically, that was one of the things where you own a certain percentage, and that's the whole thing, is you get you have something that at least you can show it to your friends, but maybe you can get something to put on your wall, or even a little smaller piece. And if you're invested in the art piece, there's no problem with sending you something, because if you liked what you saw, you'd probably put it up in your house somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also kind of sculptures. That was the original painting. And then one of the other things what I'm working on is trying to create one of the books, or the two of the books that I wrote, is turning them into the NFTs that will allow you then, yeah, if you purchase them, not only will you get the NFT, but you'll be able to get like a copy of the book sent to you once you purchase it.
Yeah. So where are these items coming from?
The books I made. The books are on Amazon.
So they're your books then.
Yeah, these are my books. Yeah,
cool.
The only way that you can do this is if you own the assets and you keep the assets in house. All the assets are insured, managed, and at any time you could be like, I want to see it. I don't believe it's there. Well, I'd go show you a picture of anything. It can all be proven, and it's all kept in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all original art But then the point to grow it is being able to um, start to get involved with the other artists, and basically I'll have to purchase some of their work to keep it in house, but then it's good advertising for them. Like you start to slowly grow the catalog and let people see other things that they can invest in while knowing that all the art's being held in house and being taken care of.
Mm-hmm. So, what kinds of things would you have available now, or very near future?
That'll be the first one going live next week. The
Okay.
next ones will be there's going to be some tables, chairs, and sculptures, and then there'll also be a couple more artwork pieces coming up.
Okay.
So you have an Amazon account, right?
For the books, yeah. The books are sold on Amazon.
Can I have this link, or like how
got
I can
For the
get
books,
those books?
How many books do you have on there? And what other?
I've done 2 books so far.
Oh, okay. What other?
I'm working. The third one will be out before the third series will be out before the end of the month.
Nice. So you have
So
numerous.
do you also deliver to Europe, or it's just US?
The books, yeah, the books are available in Europe.
Okay, that's
This
great.
is the
Please
yeah,
just
because
forward us
I
the
do
link.
advertising in the UK.
That's great. Thank
But
you.
yeah, the third one will be that's the link to the 2 books. The third one will be
Thank
out.
you.
Awesome. What other products do you have? Any more redeemables other than like books?
Well,
and-
the other things that we have right now, and this is I do a lot of like the AI, and I've done that. I started probably back in early October, September of last year. So that's almost a year. And so I've been practicing with videos and different things. So some of and I'll get back to the real art. I'll go ahead and shift over to some of the other things that I'm doing now, and then I'll get back to that because I hope there's going to be questions.
Yeah, I have another question.
Yeah,
for you.
I'll get back. I'll get to some of the other stuff I'm working on, and then I'll go back to the real art, the real and physical art. But like the lower wax are more like collabs and promos that we're doing, and kind of the videos are a little higher in wax, 10 wax. We're keeping those a little lower, but those will anything there's a look into the future scheme on there. Those will be able, again, those on wax style will be able to stake for the token that we have, and any of the actual memberships that we have, which start at 100 wax to buy. Those actually stake 4 wax on wax style. Those are already currently on there. That's all on the Discord. But we're just trying to get some of the drops and some of the things. This is a big networking event, as I understand. So it's good to talk to all the people around and ask the questions and then get feedback, because the whole point of this is you get the community involved, and then you let the community start to decide the kind of, like, you can structure the first few art pieces to some extent, but you want to see, as far as real art or art, real signed original art, what kind of stuff that the community wants to see. And so that's going to be more of the focus the rest of the year.
So
On our
do you have white paper for that, or just like in your mind, or how you letting your community know what you are will to doing in the future?
the
The question,
once
sorry.
you the like I said, the higher wax ones, the 10 wax and any of the other ones, the collabs, those are to be bought. Those might be blended. but any of the look into the future schema or the membership ones will start to be able to stake, and it should be a non-custodial wallet. They'll be able to stake, and using what they get, then with the governance token, the Axcilla token, you'll be able to put your input in. And regardless, at first, everybody's voice can be heard on the Discord because I believe everybody still has a different opinion on things.
That's cool. That's really cool. And do you have like another physical items, or it will be only digital items that you do on your packs?
I would say physical. We did the first one to kind of show what we can do. I mean, I could quickly do probably 3 or 4 more, and that's the whole thing is starting to by showing what we have available and what we have in house, what should come up next. So we kind of put something out like that was the whole point of the money tree was putting a real physical art that was painted by an artist that has a value, and then that's what you kind of purchase into. But there's plenty of stuff between paintings, furniture, sculptures. There's all different kinds of things. And
That's
again,
cool.
it's all original art. It's not anything that could be replicated very easily.
Awesome, awesome, man. That's really super dope. But I mean, like with physical items like chair, for example, like something that people can, like can trade or sell or whatever.
That's the whole point of putting. That's the whole point is merging at some time um, merging the physical gallery and the virtual gallery.
I think this project is very unique. I never heard of something like that in Wax. Maybe it was before me, or I
I
never
well
heard.
no that I mean
Yeah.
I can give you a little I started in wax in 2021.
Hmm.
So I've been here almost about 2 years now, not making everything, but actually had a wax wallet that long. And it was the main reason that I stuck here with this was the part of it being fee free to trade, because you can't get somebody to trade and pay a cost up front and pay a cost going out. Well, that's the problem most of the other blockchains have is you've got to pay all these gas fees going in and going
That's
out.
true. That's true.
And and the difference with this is, well, we've got a product, we want to test it, but we can't expect people to, think it's an opportunity knowing they're going to lose money going in and going out. And that was the whole point of using the Wax blockchain for this,
Yeah.
because you're gonna there's always a little bit of fees here and there, but you're not paying exorbitant fees trying to go in and out, wondering
Hmm.
if you're ever going to make your money back.
Hmm. Hmm. That's so fucking true. Yeah. Let's see if the other guys have some question for you.
Well, that's
And
fine. And then this is our main Discord channel right here, and I think so I can drop a link real. Can I drop a link to invite
yeah,
people?
for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Just put the link, bro.
You can put it
And
in
like
the.
I said, we've got a little bit over 200 people now. So we're just trying to give the information, and then all the links to the wax, and then we're also I'm trying to do somewhat too on the OpenSea, but that's not the real assets. That's just things that I'm personally working on, because I'm working on more of like the token pictures, and then the token assets, where it shows it's kind of like
Mm,
that's a good representation of where it
Solid
started.
chat
And
or
these
whatever, bro. Your mic is open and you're hosting. or what it is called. I don't know what it's called in English, but just make a mute, bro.
Soul of the cat, if you can mute, please, is what he was asking.
But this,
Here's a big question from Prime Rock. Says, this is an amazing project concept. I'm just curious as to whether it's open to people the world all over or solely to Americans due to the challenges of integrating viral pieces across different legal systems. Should disputes arise?
I don't think it's much as the legal system. I think my biggest problem.
Probably shipping, eh?
That's exactly right. You hit it. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Shipping out the country is going to be a bit more costly. It depends on what it is too. But hey, Terry Mike in the house who ships stuff. Yeah, he knows.
I mean, you can do, but that's where it's like I think things can be, when you start dealing with heavy, it's actually some of the stuff that we deal with, the sculptures and stuff, they would be expensive, but you would actually know that they would show up okay. It's more of the paintings and but then that's where you allow people to own a piece of it. And if you had to, like, if I had to print out a canvas or on paper, roll it up in a tube and ship the tube would be fine, most likely. And if they send me a picture where they destroyed the tube, well, you just send another tube.
Well,
but I think you're right. I think shipping is somewhat, but that's where you almost try to get the places to kind of join together with different things, because that's why I went forward with this was a whole, I've been working on this. I started this concept back in March of this year, and because I had the same concepts of, with securities and with different things. And it was kind of like, well, I either push forward and I'm wrong, or I don't push forward and then nobody knows about it.
Well,
it's worth just going ahead and doing it.
We're all just pushing forward, not knowing where legal goes, just because, we're not going to just limbo because we don't know where it goes. But I like the idea of the shared too. So without getting any kind of physical anything, you're able to hold a percentage share of the digital version, the NFT.
You are, and you're able to share the digital version, and it's free marketing. It's a way for everybody to get together and somebody to see something that they've never seen. And remember, when somebody's seen something that they've never seen, they'll pay a little bit more for it.
Prime's saying he's talking about dispute resolution, and that, I guess with legal that could come into play in the context of shared ownership, because you can't mandate arbitration to many overseas clients. It's very complex, and it's uncharted territory because we're doing new things. It is interesting. You're right.
Well, we're all doing new things.
Yeah. Dispute resolutions. I mean, you're talking about shipping products and they might not get there in the quality they should, then there might be a dispute. But that's kind of like any product but selling, right? It doesn't matter if it's NFTs or not.
I think with anything like this, it's never going to be perfect at first, but that's the whole point of all this, is getting minds together to try to solve some of these problems. Because he made a lot of good points. I'm not going to sit here and say he said anything wrong. Talking more about
the shared ownership dynamics. Okay, not so much.
Yeah, I mean that there could, now I will say there probably could be some countries that have problems or issues with that, but you're not gonna get out of that. Nothing's ever perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. And it's like, I'll move on to my next thing where, all right, we've got one, we have the Twitter, which the link is there. It all kind of matches up if you see all the tokens. And this is kind of the progression of, this is where it started months ago. And then this is just, and I use Midjourney Runway, called, if anybody ever needs any information on how to help you do any AI artwork or anything, I am happy to help.
So you use
any artwork at all.
I'm using Midjourney for things too, not NFTs, but that's a question brought up here too from Lash. I see you leverage AI arts. Do you consider AI arts original? We don't need to get in a whole AI talk here.
I can. All right.
But go ahead and give your take on all this.
My take is the first words no. Once you start transforming your own pictures, then it becomes different. Because once you throw your own creation in there, then it becomes your own.
I mean, technically, the actual piece that you get from the prompt, whatever you get, the result, that is an original art. There's no other art like it.
That's where I say it's not.
Yeah, but it's been. You're right. I think people will understand. It's the computer's taking all the different arts that are everywhere and combining them to make this thing.
Yeah. Once you take yours or the one it gave you, and then process that a second time.
Keep editing it. Yeah.
Because it's like.
So it's more like AI assisted then. And I'm kind of
then it's
doing
more,
some of
well,
that.
it's you're choosing, you made the choice to further along that process. The AI did not send you an email and go, we made this. Would you like to make this more AI art? You made that choice yourself. Like, you know how they talk about AI has no humanity? You had free will to create more with what you were given.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's a different take on it. I know.
Even if you don't do anything, I think there's still a space for
it is. Well, no, I think they say that you do own ownership, but I'm not going to tell people that's lazy, but that's not working.
Yeah, especially if it's only about the art itself, because the prompt did the art for you. A lot of times I've seen it being used in ways, so this AI art might become part of a game, or it's things like that. So it's not only the art.
Well, it's like, I'll show one more thing of where I took the AI art and, but it's time, like it's hours. It's not, you don't just do it. It doesn't just come up in a second like this. Where is it? I'll show this and then I'll get back to what I was saying. I get thrown off with everything.
No, that's fine.
No, that's fine. I'm glad everybody's here to actually look at this stuff. What am I going to do? But it's like you take it and then it becomes its own thing. You start taking the pictures, you start taking the videos, you start having it create its own people with what you did. And that takes time. And you have to find the right things to do it.
I think there's definitely space for AI art in Wax. If somebody was going to pretend that it wasn't, then that's a problem. I think.
Oh well, no.
There's clear that that's what you're using. People can choose.
There's artists.
Some people don't want to buy any AI art, and that's fine. If they don't, they don't. If you're clearly saying it's part of your work, then people can choose. I think there's space for it, though. I'm using some too.
No, I think that I enjoy the.
Not all of us can sit here and create art all by ourselves.
No,
we still want to be.
I've always enjoyed the people that want to take the time and create art with it. I mean, that actually create art.
What other questions do we got?
I like to draw either on the screen or.
I mean, AI art.
No, that's artist.
Okay.
That's what
your concept that we
one of the
brought up
main
before,
things that I'm
what the
trying
project
to push
does,
forward
and the shared ownership.
Is finding the artists that want to get their work seen.
So this is cool.
More people can do.
You said you only started recently,
only
in March. In the grand scheme, it's recent.
I always was better.
And then
with
you also
the
said you came to Wax
metal art and things like that.
gas.
I'm not the best drawer.
Were you looking at other blockchains first at all, or were you just doing research and you came and?
But that's what I'm trying to pull in is the people that want to.
Were you using it before this project?
Push their original artwork. As far as the stuff that I'm doing on the digital to physical art, where it's actually on the blockchain and they're buying. You're not buying a piece of AI art. That won't be. Like
hello, I'm bugged out. I don't hear you anymore.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Hello. Sorry, guys. I
can hear you.
Yeah. That was the user error. So sorry about all that, confusing the crap out of everyone. Um,
No, that's so. Anyway, to answer your
yeah,
question,
keep going.
the to answer your question, the real assets that we would market or sell would never be. That's not going to be AI art. Like the AI art is just to have other things for people to buy, trade, or sell different things like that. But the AI art would not be. It would have to be original paintings, sculptures, original drawings, things like that. It's not going to be AI made. It would need to be, something somebody originally made and would be able to prove that they did it. Because there is that concern now, and there always will be that concern.
Yeah. Thanks for the Raiders, Left Action House. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're at the Axcilla booth at NFTOPIA. Y'all come on over. We still have 10 minutes to go at this event. If it's any more questions, holla. Sorry I missed the past few minutes because I was being dumb. But yeah, this was a cool little hour going over your stuff. And you're still welcome to show more stuff too.
Well, the last thing I'll talk about too is the one of the things, and then some of the NFTs that we've been dropping during NFTopia, we've been putting discount codes into some of the Axcilla Life merchandise that we've made, and so this is, I've got my. Probably a lot more. I'm going to try to over time kind of bring in some real art as I can, because I think if you get the right styles, especially like pop art or cartoons or whimsical paint in it, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. And that goes back to what I was just talking about. There's people that are always going to want original stuff. There just is. And you're not going to be able to fight it, because I deal with a lot, and I've dealt with a lot of art guilds, art communities over the last 20 some years, and they're fighting the AI thing tooth and neck, because they know that what they're doing is going to be it's not going to be wanted as much, to say the least. But there's going to still be some people that want this kind of stuff. So, but one of the things that we're doing with this is going to be putting out some of this, and then the same thing with the wax is being able to, when people purchase things like this, being able to give them a proof of ownership, and then also at some time being able to have people be able to blend to, basically get it pretty much for almost free. Like you could blend a certain amount of NFTs or something together, and then you would get a discount code that you could use to be able to get something sent to you from here. Because this is all newer, but it's being expanded on right now as we're kind of testing different markets. And if anybody has ideas, that's the whole point of all this. If anybody has ideas, I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right. Listen to the man. He says he's here for the community. So if you have ideas for what he's doing, hit him up. Discord is what he said is the best place. He's trying to grow that, and then that helps everyone with growing the whole project and get the shared percentage ownership of different things.
I would say, yeah, Discord, Twitter, are both good places. But yeah, just reach out, because that's going to be, as we move forward, that's going to be the whole thing, is finding out what the community, what not just the local community wants, but what the the worldwide community wants. That's the whole point of all this, is finding out, because everybody's going to have their ideas, and it's worth listening to what they have to say.
Yeah. We love that from all wax projects. You're building and growing based on what your community wants. That's what any product should have, but we see it in Web3 a lot more. So this is no different. This is awesome. And you've done, I didn't know any of this stuff. So just in a few months span, you're already out here doing things, and that's cool. We like to see it.
Well, that was the whole, that's the whole thing. It's like, this isn't, I don't have the game. and I don't have a game for you to play, but this is the best place to test it
Mm-hmm.
because of the whole,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
gas free. Why would you invest, $10 or $15 in something you had to pay $2 on the front end and $2 on the back end? That's the whole
exactly.
point. That's the whole point of testing in wax.
Exactly, and especially on wax, where so many of the things we like to buy are well below $1, like in pennies. Why would we want to spend $5, $10, sometimes way more, just to do the transaction? It doesn't work. So, but on wax, it does. It's great.
And that's another thing that we're doing on the Discord is we're happy to pay the 5 wax and maybe send them a couple more to get
Hmm.
their wallets open, to
That's
give them a
awesome.
wax
Love
wallet.
that. I
Yeah,
do too.
that's already, all those pages are
Anytime I
set up.
onboard anyone to wax, I'm like, no, don't worry about the hassle. Show me your memo. Let me get you started. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got places in the Discord for, you post your memo, we'll send the wax and we'll get you started and give you some advice to keep going. Because that's the whole point. That's how you grow the community. You can't grow the community if you don't have more people.
That's right. Any other questions? We got 4 minutes left for this bounty block to end that I have pinned in Twitch, and that's also in the chat down here for a common pin. Also, 4 minutes until our drop, Axcilla's drop for the map piece. So if you go right here in the schedule, boop, there's the link for it. I'm going to put that in the chat too.
And all the links. And then there's also, I think I put in the, if people want to join, there's going to be like a larger whitelist for when we start dropping some more of the real world assets. I think we'll probably, the first ones will be the people that added their wax address in the Discord, and then we'll go from there. As with the first drop, I think there's only going to be 90, and then we're going to try to make it a little bit more open from there. But like I said, when you do a guarantee and you do different things like that, you have to. It's all still, like I said, this is all a little bit stuff that's different and still a little bit experimental. But then you have to watch things on the front side and the back side doing this.
Nice. Nice. 2 minutes. 2 minutes till drop time. All right. Look at this party here we got. Shouts to the folks with logos over their head.
It's a great turnout.
T Wood, what's good? Joe Lives, Jumpy Art, Tara Mike, Floyd Jenkins, what up? Waffles Kitty, Not a Chair, what up, y'all? Crypto Foxy, you should have your Wax Hispano. Are you hearing us, Crypto Foxy? Inside your booth, there's a toggle that says something like "Assign me to this booth." If you hit that toggle, you'll get a nice little logo over your head too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice turnout. Yeah, I love it. I love it. We got 82 people on the Twitch now, thanks to the raid from Left Action House. At least that's what it says down here. Up here it says 73. Whatever. Thank you all for joining. You can come right to the Metaverse too, bit.ly/NFTOPIA3, and come right over and be part of it too.
It's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be around all weekend if people.
Well, there you go. We got more fun to go. So far, we've done 5 hours of AMA streams, and that's it. So there's still a lot more events happening. A lot more events, more than just AMA streams as well. Awesome.
And don't forget, go fishing in the back, right?
Go fishing in the fishing pond. That's where we'll end the whole weekend at the Sunday. But if you watch the stream, if you follow my stream, I go to the fishing pond every time I stream now. That's my jam. And I'll be back at some point. I'm actually going to take a week without a stream. How about that, guys? That's going to be different. Or 2 weeks. Our new collab will be Waffles Kitty, and we're going to do our AMA on Sunday. We're not going to have a separate stream for that one. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much, Axcilla. Here we have a minute left. 18 seconds left for the drop, y'all. Counting down.
It's coming.
And thank you for. We'll still be here for 5 minutes though, so we got 5 minutes to be here. If there was any more questions, holler. But this was fun. This is cool. I love learning about new projects as well, not just.
I try to do something out of the ordinary. That's the whole plan of it.
And the fact that you're, by the way, as a newer creator, the fact that you're willing to come on voice or cam to show stuff, that shows a lot. People really like that. It really means a lot. It shows you're a genuine creator when you do that. So I like it a lot too when creators do. So it's awesome. Even without cam, you don't need the cam, but getting on here on voice and explaining things, so it's makes you a little more doxed than if you didn't. All right, 15 soul. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll be around all week. I might not be here all the time, but I'll try to update at least my times over the weekend. Maybe on another slide. Because I don't see that the slides, they only come if you look at them, or
Yeah.
is it loading? I know they're
well,
there. I do.
If it's loading, then it's a connection issue. They should be loaded. So if you look at my stream, they're there. They're there. And then if you click the slide, boom.
No, if I click on it, it always comes up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's at least that. They should
that's
show up
fine.
on the booths too, but I know that it's it's an internet thing. So I have I have a beast mode computer now, but last convention I didn't, and none of them would load. I had a really hard time doing it. I'm glad it still worked, but I had a hard time doing it.
Well, I'm fine. That's the thing with the video. Like if I put the video on, everything slows down. So I kept it with the voice. But yeah, that's. But no, it all seems to work out well. I'm glad we got all this. I'm glad we got a big turnout. I think it's great.
Yeah, fantastic. What's up, 6-Bit
And
Glitch?
you're gonna have a busy weekend too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, of course. We're nonstop, and me and Waffles are heavily sleep deprived, so we're just out here making it work. Yeah, fun stuff being shown. We just finished our 5th AMA stream of different projects, so we're having fun. This is cool. A lot of people hanging out. I'm not sure I understand your question, Spitfire. I need to enter my IDs numbers. What ID numbers do you mean here? Awesome. Our next stop will be at Binks. Oh, you mean the giveaway? Well, you shouldn't have to enter IDs. It should tell you if you have it. If you try to hit the thing, it'll tell you if you have it or not. I'm gonna draw this winners here. Yeah, you're talking about the bounty block entries, right? If you click enter, it should tell you if you have them or not. But you can also check your inventory. You shouldn't have to type in any kind of ID though. Congratulations to the common pin winner of 4mdrq.wham. Nice! But you're not going to, anyone that wins pins here in the hype trains, those aren't being delivered till after the weekend. So you cannot use them here this weekend. That's for the next convention. Unable to buy alert when trying to buy the map piece. Well, people have bought them. Unless now you can't. Anyone else having trouble getting the map piece? I'll buy an extra.
Yeah, there's been quite a few sold.
Pop-up block? Well, maybe you have a pop-up blocker. Are you getting the cloud wallet? Mine worked. No, you have RAM. Mine just worked.
Yeah, no, there's been, yeah,
It's
I
a
know there's
browser
plenty of
problem.
RAM.
Check your pop-up blockers or something like that. Up here in the top of your browser, you gotta have some kind of pop-up blocker. I don't know if Safari will work. What browser are you using that it's not working? Oh, it happens to you a lot, huh? So what's the solution, OP? open in a different tab. Thanks for the help, OP. I don't know what you're talking about for this issue. Huh. All right.
Well, thanks for everything, Break Man. It was great. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Here, we're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, no, I saw that over 30 is sold, so I know it's working for some people.
Yeah, no, it's working. Yeah, 38. They're gonna continue selling through the weekend. These map pieces, they're obviously being used for the collab blend, so you're gonna want to collect all 20 pieces. They're dropping hourly, and the blend will be on Sunday, and that will be a really awesome blend of a treasure map. The first 150 mints of it will also get an airdrop of the treasure chest. It's not going to be a drop access like I did say in previous weeks, but we're going to have 150 packs, 150 pre-minted treasure chest packs, and that they'll just be airdrop to the first 150 map mints. If we don't get 150 map mints by the end of the period, which will be all of this week still, then we might lock it and do something else with the chest, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, exactly. Thank you also, Axcilla, for going through all that. Again, like I said, willing to come on voice as a newer creator. This is great. We're going to move on to Binks Hall, the Binks booth in Binks Hall. I'm going to continue streaming. We'll start around 10 minutes from now. You guys can follow me over, or you can just meet me there at that time. Sound good? And thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.